Objectives are important in all aspects of life. However, they are paramount in managing a successful organization or business. It is only with objectives, targets, or aims that a firm can know where it is going and can measure its progress. Without clear objectives, a business can easily lose track of what they were originally attempting to accomplish regarding their mission and/or vision statement. Having direct and straightforward objectives allows everyone to understand the aims of the business and what they are striving to become. It is important to understand the difference between aims and objectives because although they are synonyms for each other, in the realm of business, they represent different things. Aims are an organization's long-term goal or strategy. An example of an aim could simply be to make profit and add value to the company. Objectives, on the other hand, are more specific actions the company will take towards their aim. Unlike aims, objectives are quantitative, which means that there is a measurable factor involved. An example of an objective could be to improve customer service ratings within a firm. This is quantitative because the organization could evaluate the process and results through a survey or something similar. To summarize, aims are long-term ambitions, and objectives are more specific steps on how an organization will attain those ambitions. To further understand objectives, take a look at this image of business objectives in the private sector. I would like to highlight profit as a business objective, as well as customer satisfaction. These two objectives are especially important in a private organization because profit is usually the #1 priority, and if a company does not have customer satisfaction, they will definitely not earn profit. So although a private company's main objective could be to make profit, they would also need to focus on satisfying their customers. Objectives are also important in the public sector. Although primary aims and objectives are usually less focused around profit in the public sector, they are still a major aspect of a public organization and govern the way the organization will operate. Organizational objectives within the public sector are usually creating social and economic benefits for the community rather than profits. Understanding why objectives are created is also important. Objectives are created to facilitate decision-making and strategy, unify and motivate employees, measure and control performance, and communicate with shareholders. Objectives accomplish these by compressing an entire organization's set of ethics, principles, and morals into a short, cohesive statement. By simply reading an organization's objective or objectives, anyone, whether it being stockholders or employees, can get an understanding of what the company is trying to achieve. It has become popular for firms to publish mission statements. They define an organization's purpose and primary objectives, stating who we are and what we do. By publishing the firm's mission statement, it is believed that everybody will know what their business is and relate to its purpose. A vision statement is similar to a mission statement, however, it is less quantifiable. The vision statement of an organization gives a general statement looking at where the business desires to be in the future. Because aims, mission, and vision statements are similar, it is easy to confuse them. The following points briefly distinguish each. The aims of an organization include long-term intentions and the starting point for objectives, and the aims are usually qualitative. The mission statement of an organization details the aims and values, guides individual behavior, and also informs investors of the aim and vision. The vision statement of an organization is very similar to the mission statement, however it tends to be more long-term. In the last section of this video, we will be distinguishing between objectives, strategies, and tactics, and also discuss how these interrelate. By looking at this graphic organizer, we can easily tell the difference between all four organizational objectives. Starting at the top, the aim of a company is what an organization wants. The objective of an organization is what an organization needs to achieve in order to get what they want. The strategy of an organization are the actions that facilitate an organization to meet its objectives. And finally, the tactics of an organization are the short-term actions that help achieve the strategy. All four of these interrelate in a progressive stance. What this means is that if a company wants to achieve its aims, it needs to also achieve everything else first. This next graphic organizer is useful because it represents how exactly each objective type interacts with each other. As you can see, a company sets its aim first and then works its way down. Once the company has created all four, achieving them usually occurs in the opposite order, starting with achieving the organization's tactics first. To conclude this video, we will take a look at one last graphic organizer. Compared to the last two, this one gives a little more detail into the different objective types of an organization. The first thing to notice is the pyramid structure. This represents how each objective is based upon another. To make sure you understand these concepts, I will go through them once more. As you can see, aim is at the top. This is because the aim of an organization is the first objective it creates, and all the other objectives work to fulfill it. Below aims are corporate objectives, or simply objectives. These are the more specific actions the entire organization will undergo to meet its aim. The example given here is to increase profits of all divisions by 10%. This is the organization's objective. Below the organization's objectives are the divisional objectives, or strategies. These are simply the actions an organization will take to meet their objectives. The example given here is for the company to increase market share by 10% and also cut costs by 5%. Following these strategies, this company could increase profits in all their divisions by 10%, which was their objective. Near the bottom of the pyramid and directly underneath strategies, we have tactics. As we have touched on previously, an organization's tactics are the small steps they will take to meet their strategies. These are usually smaller tasks. In the example given, the company's tactics include its strategies, but also to create one innovative product a year. In innovating this product, the company is stating that they will meet their strategies. All four of these objectives types are very important, and I have discussed them quite a bit in this video. However, there is one more objective type. At the very bottom of the pyramid, we can find individual targets. Individual targets are objectives created for the employees or people further down in the organization's workforce. Because some companies are very large, employees need to have very small objectives of their own that eventually work towards the aim of the company. These are important because not every employee would be successful if they were told to directly meet the aim of the company. This is why organizations use this tier-like system, so that everyone in the company can easily work towards the aim of the entire company. This concludes this video commentary on organizational objectives. I hope that you have learned a lot about the different types of objectives within a company, as well as the other terms that were discussed. Thank you very much for watching.